So and I said it when we were launching Abantu Voices on Sunday, how this is such a huge endorsement. I'm a South African, and for the Consul General to accept your invitation and say, yes, I will speak to you on a debut of Abantu Voices. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much, sir. Let's have a great chat. So, all right, feedback. So, what should I call you? Honorable? Like, what do you prefer?
Actually, if you are calling to me, call me by my name, Lefa.
Okay.
Okay. Simple as that. I'm not really, fascinated about the titles, but because of the work I do, obviously, I can't let people in my office to call me by my name.
No, I agree. And I'm so glad you said that, because that's the one thing that I wanted to kick off this conversation with, is, where I come from, we would say, I take grand. I think South Africans know what that means, right? Well, I'll explain it. It's basically a person who has so much humility. Oh, I'm a cool guy. And this is what I got from you from the first time I met you. And it's really been very constant with you. So yeah, kudos for you being I'll take grand. Lifa. but really, let's maybe start from where it all started for you. Take us through Lifa as a growing child, where you grew up, and how was that?
Thank you for having me here. Let me start by...
Sorry, should I check if that mic is on? I think it's not on.
Oh,
Yes.
There we go. Thank you for having me. When you asked for me to come and to have this fire chat with you, the title Bantu, it really meant a lot, because of, honestly, those who don't know here, Bantu is coming from the word Buntu, you are because of I am. So it's quite very deep. So I say Bantu, I said, I would love to be the first one to in this fire chat. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Mojalefa Mogono, officially known by Lefa. I'm from a mining town called Rustenburg in the northwest of South Africa. However, I grew up both worlds. I grew up in Soweto, Johannesburg, and both in Rustenburg. Now, I did not know exactly who I was when I was little, in terms of the titles that you know I am. Now, they used to call me Prince when I was growing up. But it's quite interesting. Why are they these people call me Prince? Because of, it's not in my name. So my name is Lefa, that's it. They used to call me Prince. Unbeknown of me, because of, I got to know when I grew up that I'm coming from a royal family. Now, I started in Diplomat in Soweto, but Johannesburg live. I was more closer to my grandmother. My grandmother was Italian. I always tell people, if there's anyone who loved me like my grandmother, I would move mountains for them. Literally, I would do that. That woman loved me unconditionally. And yet I had my mom, but that woman would do anything for me. I had a twin sister, by the way. I had a very, lonely growing up. In the medical term, maybe you should know that my beloved doctor here, I had a condition called, I have a shunt. So if you know what's a shunt. So it's hydrocephalus, like it's a condition where, water to the head, like to your body and so forth. So I grew up where my head, was growing up normally a bit. So now I was scolded by these kids and so forth. So I grew up lonely because of I was afraid to go to play with other kids because of they would call me names, like, and I would like. That's how even now, till now, I'm a loner because of that. But I love people. So yes, I grew up in Diplomat, going to Rustenburg, which is like this is where my paternal side. This is where my name Prince. I tend to understand exactly what it meant to me. So yes, I grew up, went to high school in Rustenburg. Then after post-matric, I went to Vestec in Johannesburg. Unfortunately, my dad passed on. That a bit disturbed me. I did not finish my marketing diploma there.
But we'll get to that point. We'll get to that point, some of the juicy points. But this is a very interesting fact that you've mentioned about how you grew up being essentially mocked, I can imagine. And yet you find yourself navigating the world and then eventually getting to this place where we are now, where you no longer can just be this loner, but you've been sent by a country to come and represent them in Hong Kong and represent their interests, right? But I do want to find out, because while that molded you as a young person, surely there was someone or something that played a role in terms of knowing that you are bigger than those names that they used to call you. What was it and who was it that made you realize and see the true Lefa and what they are capable of?
To be honest, different people. I don't have a specific person that I would say the one that really motivated me, and I would take it from this uncle there, this person there. And then in that, I just miss them and just get motivation for myself and move on. Yeah. So basically, I don't have a specific person that really, motivated me and just to get that spirit. And I think I created that wall, just amongst me. Said listen, if you want to get it in life, you gotta be just strong. That's what I did.
Just get it together, basically.
Absolutely.
I got you. But maybe just to, fly through some of your achievements, I guess, that we understand where you came from before you became this Consul General, is the fact that, not only are you fluent in diplomacy because of your posting now, but you've dabbled in business, corporate governance, and you have this art and science of negotiations when things get tough, right? I mean, that's something to be said about a person who is in your position, where you have to negotiate and navigate a couple of things purely because of the posting and the office that you're in. But all round, you have this background of Bukhosi. Maybe explain that, because that's very important. It's very important that you were mentioning how you were called Prince and you never really understood why. But then now you do, because you are quite instrumental in terms of contributing towards the royal family that you come from.
I don't know how to start with the question. Let me start going back to when I did not complete my formal education. It's when after that, obviously I have to navigate, look at exactly what I want to do exactly. But I know the passion inside of me. I'm a marketer, and I'm a go-getter, and so forth. So when I got into mining sector, I knew this. I had to take out that marketing in me so that I can make sure that my business, it grows and so forth. So I had to use that skill, and so in order to enhance that, I had to as well, add more with other, those short courses and so forth, in order to make sure that, I get to be the best I can be in what I was doing. Right. And again, where I'm coming from, African nation, That's my staff member. So I had to do that, and then now what transpired that I had to be where I am now is that I never imagined myself being a diplomat. Something that I never thought of. But however, something happened some few years ago that really wanted me to create an interest. Exactly what happens in this what you call diplomatic world. I was in Zimbabwe, so before I got to the mining sector, so I was doing corporate governance, going to African countries, teaching them corporate governance and what so forth. So in Zimbabwe, it happened that there was some banking crash. So therefore, my card did not work. So I could not swipe or my bill at a hotel, and they didn't want me to leave the hotel, meaning I was held against my will. Because I can't pay the bill.
How much is the bill?
I don't know. That's quite a very handsome amount. So now, the first thing that came to my mind was, hey, I have an embassy here in Zimbabwe, in Harare. Let me go there. Maybe I can get assisted. Only to find out that, hey, embassies or consulates don't assist where money is concerned. They don't. They can advise you, but no money is involved. That's when I had to, understand exactly. And that thing in my back of my mind, I'd love to understand this more further. And then I got this opportunity to be sent here in Hong Kong. Then I understand more further. My beloved colleagues, actually, they have been very instrumental on assisting me on understanding this consulate, right?
What have you taken out from your experiences back home that you are actively using now in Hong Kong to, I guess, better yourself, but also better better serve the office that you're in?
Being a people's person, one. My grandmother taught me I was grounded. That old lady honestly made me who I am. So therefore, they can attest. Whoever who's been dealing with me, pal, anyone who has been dealing with my office, I don't want to say much about. They would tell you that what the kind of person I am, including those who come and want our services. They come to I can even go even in front to say, hi, how are you doing? How can we help you? Because I feel that office, it's a home away from home. So whoever comes in that office should be feeling like, I'm home here. But no matter what problem we have, we are there to help, but we can't assist you financially. But so basically, that's what I can tell you that I brought here. I think I'm not a seasoned diplomat, because this is my first diplomatic post, but I try to make sure that I work well for my colleagues. I work well with everyone that comes in my office. Yeah. So I have this open door policy, of which has never happened in I think, when I talk to my colleagues, they tell me, hey, well, now you're quite different, because of most of my peers, they're quite different.
So I guess then I was right when I said, I take credit, because it goes back to the humility that we're talking about, how he is such a relaxed guy. I mean, I must tell you a little anecdote. I went to his office, very determined to get there. And I walk in and I'm dressed up because I'm going to go meet the Consulate General, right? And this guy is wearing sneakers. And I'm like, hi, But I appreciate that because, firstly, he disarmed me. I mean, I had a whole thing of I'm going to take out my laptop and serious chat with this guy. And he just disarmed me and he's like, let's talk, Arando. And we ended up speaking for 3 hours, believe it or not. 100%, first meeting. That's really. But I do want to talk about, because we are in Asia, we are in Hong Kong, And there are things that I would love to take back, you know, things that I have experienced in Hong Kong, and I'm like, oh, I definitely want to take them back to South Africa, and vice versa. What's the one thing that you would love to take back from Hong Kong when you go back home?
It depends exactly where you're coming from with that question. There's quite a lot of things that I learned from Hong Kongers, actually Asians. They're very interesting humans, very interesting. I can tell you...
how interesting?
Well, you know, one culture shock I had when I got here. You know, in South Africa, the sense of Ubuntu, you get to an elevator, you know, normally you can greet anyone that you don't know. Good morning, good morning, you know. Then I got a shock of my life. Here I am, South African, getting to a lift, good morning. And I look at you like, are you crazy? So, but it really did not really deter me that it's like, actually not. If I don't get it in this lift, certainly I'm going to get it in my office.
Yeah.
So in my office, they know. From the first I get in the door, I walk towards my office. It's good morning all over.
Yeah.
They know. I greet every office before I get to my office. So they know. Even sometimes I'm a bit moody. They greet me. They'll take. I'm used to greeting them. You understand? So this is more of a shock that I got. But one thing I like about that is that I learned about more here in Asia is that they are people who mind their business. No, you don't come to my business. Exactly. Because of Africans, we something else, you know.
We love people's business.
Depends on what business.
So one of the things I'm gonna take back, minding my business, you know. You know, to extend to see that they mind their business. They don't mind just walking around with their phones, like just on the street, like you know, it's something that you can do back home. But to be honest, it's a good city here. I love it here. Actually, if I had my way, I'd love my kids to finish school here, safe, though expensive, but it's a beautiful city.
100%. I think we can all relate to that. How safe we feel here. It's such a luxury, and I'm so glad we're all enjoying it. But I think that maybe the goal here is to make sure that where we all come from, the situation improves, you know? Because we can't all just live in Hong Kong because it's the same place, right? But what's the one misconception? And I'm curious, right? Because I think you tell a really great story. What's the one misconception, or what are you mostly mistaken for when you're like walking on the streets? If you ever walk on the streets, like what are you mistaken for when you're in a public place?
As what? As a consul general, or just as
no,
a person?
as a person, as Lefa who's walking, because people don't know, you don't have a consul general uniform, right? So
let me,
what are people mistaking you for usually?
No, let me just put it this way. It's just a norm that, you know, people have the fear of the unknown. So, I don't sometimes like, you know, have an issue where you feel as if like a person is pushing you away, that doesn't want to talk to you here because of, I understand, Asians did not grow up with Africans, vice versa. Just that Africans were just welcoming. We don't have a problem welcoming. But to them, it's hard for them to get to know other people that they did not grow up with. Maybe, I'm sorry to use the example, whites. It'd be easier for them to relate to whites because of, especially in Hong Kong, a British stayed there for a while, so it's easier for them to relate than you know, the black skin one. It's understandable. But now, what I would understand, that's why I'm here, that as a diplomat, you create that spirit of just, you know, culture exchange, get to know each other, just to show them, no, I'm the same person that you thinking I'm not. I am the same person. Actually, I drink the same water. I go to the same bathroom, do the same things as you do. So it's so as they get to know you, it becomes more easier. They can, you know, like, and I promise you, they're lovely beings, like, yeah, like, so. That's what I can tell. I can say about it. Yeah.
I love that. You know, this is really what Abantu Voice is about, right? It's about unlearning what you thought you knew. You know, it's about seeing other narratives, other sides of the story. Because we're not just one people. We might all look the same, but we have so many different stories. We come from very diverse backgrounds. And with that said, I wonder around the when you talk about they're not saying hi part, right? Because that is a big culture shock. But what's the one thing and one advice that you would, you know, like to put out there, especially for people that are watching online and people that are watching and will be watching this in the future around when they have their own, like, sort of, you know, reservations around relocating to a different country. What is it what's the one advice that you would like to maybe, you know, put out there, just to allay their fears? And maybe they should pay their bills, of course, but what is it that, you know, you would like to tell and encourage them if they do thinking of coming and they have their own reservations?
You mean South Africans?
Anybody, especially Africans.
In Asia?
Africans who are thinking of coming to Asia, but they're not really sure. What is the one thing that you would give them as a sort of like a tool?
Be open-minded. Be open-minded. You know, don't jump into discrimination all the time. Be open-minded. So try to understand the person, and then they would, like, eventually get to understand you as well. So be open-minded. That's the first thing. I think that's very vital for me. Like, just be open-minded, and that you will get things your way.
I really love that. I just want to open the floor to one or two questions, and then we wrap up. I'm going to give you my mic, actually. And just maybe a quick introduction.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Bukola. I'm from Nigeria, and I'm a postdoctoral researcher at the City University of Hong Kong. So, my question, I would like to learn from you. You spoke about while you were growing up, what you went through. So I'd like to ask, that thing that made you different from others, did it at any point in time make you have low self-esteem? If yes, how were you able to shove it off your shoulders? Like, how were you able to move past that? Yeah, that's my question.
Thank you, Bukola.
That's a very interesting question. I developed a wall, from my lack of better word, a wall where I said, I looked at cases of people that had my same condition and how they end up being. And I said, do I want to go there because of people? I said, no. Then held my head high. I said, whatever it takes, I'm gonna get all the best I want. So that's it. I've never, turned back. I've always got, people get shocked literally when I tell them if I have a shot. They got shocked, they don't believe it literally because of the positive attitude I have inside of me. I've never changed it since I was a kid because of, if it was a make it or break it when I was a kid. So if I could have listened to those losers, I would have been something else. But instead, I chose positive, and here I am. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Tilly.
Okay, wait. Hello. So mine is a break, like icebreaker. It's a funny one. It's a very funny one to break the ice. So I've been living in Hong Kong for, this is my 7th year. And I always look at I always laugh at how we think we are different, but we're so alike. So when I'm having dim sum, I'm like, this is a dombolo. I'm having a dombolo. Dombolo is like our savory, and then dim sum is the Hong Kong savory. And I laugh, I'm like, we are so alike, right? We are so alike. I think, oh, dim sum, it's their thing, dombola, it's our thing, but it's prepared differently, but it's the same thing. But my question to you is, if you were to think of the connect, to say, what is the thing that you love? You're like, come on, guys, like, it's not that deep, you know? What is the connect in terms of South Africa and connect in Asia? It doesn't have to be deep, but like one thing you're like, but we're the same. Like, what are we, you know, what is that thing? What is that one thing?
There's quite a number of them, besides food. There's quite a number of them. Actually, you'll be shocked that Asians love sharing when they're eating. It is something that it's even back home. It's like it's now, man. You know, we are the same, and I don't know why this thing. We are the same here. You understand? They love sharing. You see, even when they're sitting around a table, it's a round table, and it resonates with the olden times in a crow. It's like it's always a cycle. It's always a cycle, and people will be sitting there and eating. It's just that they're doing it like modern times where they're putting food, they have to push like the plates on. This is exactly what Africans used to do. Sharing. This is how we grew up. That on its own, I swear to God, is like, no man, we are the same. There's something that happened, yeah man, I don't understand. We're the same. And there are a number of them though, but like that one, it really says a lot about like this. Maybe you can also give maybe one of my staff want to ask me a question. You never know. Get the chance to learn. You want to ask a question.
Okay, that's okay. This is a safe space. It's a safe space. but on the topic of food, CG, what's the one food that you're definitely going to take with you when you go, or you wish that we had back home? From here, that you've had?
You know, to be honest, I think South African food is the best. Yeah, now, to be honest, I don't lie to you. I'm sorry, but I'm not a very good fan of seafood. And I know here Asians, they love like healthy food, like, you know, soups and what so forth. But I swear to God, I think I prefer my African food. I mean noodles and all those things. I think I prefer, you know, my pap, my meat, and you understand? I think, to be honest, I'm sorry, but that one I can't really. I prefer my African food.
I got you.
By the way, before I give it to you, we have shown our food to Asians. Our last time we did that was National Day, right? Yes. And by the way, she's apparently she's a cook of our consulate. She's cooked. So she cooked some African cuisine, bab, chakalaka, and dumpling, and some and you know, chicken and oxtail. Guess what? There's one Asian guy, I think he could not now hold himself. On his third plate, he said it like, this is beautiful. On his third plate. So you see now, they love our food. So it's important for us to showcase exactly what we have back home. They love it more actually.
100%. I mean, I think you're right. And the wonderful thing is that food, you can get it right here at African Coffee and Tea. This place really sells amazing food. As Shireen was noting, when we had the launch and also during Africa Day, we had the most amazing food, not just from South Africa. We had from Nigeria, we had jollof, we had so much. We were also cool with pussy. It was amazing. So if you, every single thing. So if you want it, you know where to get it, which is right here at African Coffee and Tea. It was such a pleasure to sit and talk to you. I feel like I know you more on a deeper level, and we really must appreciate him sharing also very intimate stories about him and also his childhood. Really thank you for your time, CG Bra Lifa. We really do. And I think what I'm taking from this conversation is that just be open-minded. And I think that's how I'm navigating Hong Kong, is being open-minded, knowing that, look, what's possible is possible, what isn't. But don't let anyone, which I'm taking from Dr. Grillon, is that don't let anyone say you can't do it. You can definitely do it, So it's been a really fantastic night. It's been great.
Thank you very much for having me. Actually, I was asking myself what story I'm going to share. I said, let me just be simple. Get to know other side of me other than this diplomat. Sit like all the time singing on suits and so forth. To show you that I'm also human like you. I got dreams. I still want to achieve more. I don't think I've got to the level I want. Of course, as a businessman and so forth, I still want to achieve more. But nevertheless, I really thank you for having me here.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. And just before we wrap it up, I just want to encourage you to carry on the conversation. Follow our social media platforms for the next event. We do plan on hosting this every month. Yay! So every last Friday of every month until we run out of trailblazers and we're not running out, right? Did you hear that, Shani? We're not running out of trailblazers. But we plan on having these really important, intimate conversations. And I think the thing that really is profound for me, and I was sharing this during our little coffee break, was that it's so good to be in a room, with people that actually understand what we're trying to do here. It's not about the numbers, it's about the depth of what we're trying to do. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to change the narrative. We're trying to bring everybody together. We're trying to create a place of mentorship. Because what we need to do also, CG, is mentor each other and get our inspiration from the people that we see, and we're like, oh my goodness, actually, if she can do it, so can I, and he can achieve it, I think maybe I can try. So it's really about that. It's such a beautiful first debut, the debut, and I'm really appreciative of everyone's presence here. As I said, I encourage you to just follow us on our social media platforms, but also follow ACT, African Coffee and Tea, and come for the good food. I promise you, you won't regret it. Okay, thank you.